Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome to the stream. If you are in the chat, let us know where you're watching the stream from. Um, and yeah, nice to have you here. And practice session will be underway in less than a minute from now. Let us know also what team or driver you actually supporting. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend. And Monaco, it's a track where drama unfolds every other 10 minutes or so. Plenty of drama. I'm expecting plenty of drama. There's a lot of drivers that haven't drove around this track. A lot of drivers, possibly two or three. Um, uh, Arvin Lindblad, I think, is the only one so far. And we also have old school drivers returning to the track. Sergio Perez, which is the first driver to come out of the pit lane. And the practice session is underway. Let's just see if we're going to have. Let's just see how much drama we actually going to see on the first practice session of the day. We have another one at 4 o'clock, and hopefully we should have a good session with not too much or too many interruptions. And we have the local boy, Charles Leclerc, just going around the track. Track temperature 29 degrees, air conditions 23, pretty humid 63, and we have 68, 78 laps around this track to be completed on race day. We have a slow moving Ferrari on the track. And it's the race weekend. It's the race weekend. This is a track well known for having very low downforce. not a high speed track. Um, Extremely difficult to overtake. Um, I personally, I don't like this track. I don't like it because it's not because there's too much um, drama. I actually love drama in Formula One. It's just it's really it's a track that it becomes really difficult for you to overtake another driver. And if you have the first top six drivers not being able to overtake, it's just it seems like whoever locks the front seats will be more likely to those positions are more likely to remain the same. So it becomes really boring to watch unless there's dramas and safety cars being deployed. But outside of that, it's just I mean, Formula One is fun when you see battles going on and really skilled overtaking being taking places. Yeah, so it will be interesting to see how the youngster from the UK, um, Arvin Lindblad, adapts to this track. I think that's his first time driving around this track, at least in a Formula One car. Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest record so far, the fastest lap so far. Um, there's a sentiment that the Ferrari they might have a pretty decent or very strong car around this track. You know, Ferrari's chassis might be the favorite around this track. But let's not downplay the Mercedes because the Mercedes are currently the team to beat so far. Um, but yeah, what do we have? I would also like to see the Alonso, not Alonso, but Aston Martin finish, both cars finish the race. I think, given the circumstances that they find themselves in pre-season testing, they have, um, I think they've been able to improve every single race. So let's hope for the best for the Aston Martin team. And Fernando Alonso, again, I feel sorry for Fernando Alonso being such a beautiful and an amazing talent driver. To see him struggle so much, it's never really the ideal scenario. You want to see the top drivers excel um, in Formula One if they have a good quality car that is able to provide them to fight for championships or at least points in this case, which I don't think Aston Martin will ever fight for championships at this current rate. Um, yeah, as far as the chat is concerned, this is an interactive session, by the way, guys. If you let us know where you're watching the stream from, if this is your first time watching or following along on this channel, um, welcome. If this is your first time, if you've been here before, it's also nice to have you back. So far, no virtual safety cars being deployed, no virtual safety cars, which is good, which is good. We don't want the session to be interrupted too many times. I like when we have free flow. What else we have? There's a lot of drivers having their tracks being deleted because track limits violations, um, which is a bit unusual because this track is so short and so tight. I mean, there's not much room for you to go as a driver. So it's interesting to see um, that there's a lot of violations from multiple teams. The McLaren team, for me, um, this season so far, McLaren is just it's it's either they do brilliant or they a completely disaster. And again, I think they have a solid car to fight for championships all the way to the end. At least keep the fight alive and not let the Mercedes run away with the championship so easily. But based on what McLaren has been able to deliver this year and the races that they've at least been able to complete, they have the pace easily to compete with the Ferraris and to challenge Mercedes. So it'll be interesting to see what the McLarens do this year. Not this year, but this time around Monaco. Let's just see if they don't mess up the tire strategy or anything else that could go wrong on race day. But yeah, McLaren are notoriously known for doing that, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do it again. This track is so narrow that I mean it's so easy to get caught up in traffic, and for you to, as a driver, to get out the way is just you have to slow down so much because there's literally no space for the other driver um to turn to. What do we have here? Esteban Ocon almost hit the wall. Um, no, he didn't hit the wall. He's just stuck in traffic and complaining about traffic. Did he just call his teammate stupid? He said something like that was so stupid. Indirectly called him stupid, but he's still. And we have Charles Leclerc taking P1 away from his teammate, the local boy. Um, I predict that Charles Leclerc, Antonelli, and Norris will be on a podium. What order? I have no idea. But that is my wildest prediction. Another interesting to watch out for this race, and we have to consider that we have to be aware that this is new regulations. We know the cars are shorter, narrower, so technically that should simplify overtaking around this track. Um, that remains to be seen. I honestly don't think it will change much. I don't think overtaking will be as spectacular worth watching in Monaco. I think the struggle will remain to overtake drivers, but I might be wrong. I don't know. I might be wrong. What else do we have on the track? Um, Lindblad seems to be on his personal best lap. It's just going through the last sector, which has a couple green corners as well. So he might improve. He might be able to move up, and he does to P15. Well done for the young lads. Everyone seems to be on hard tires and mediums, except Bottas and Stroll. We still don't have anyone in the chats. No one is letting us know where they're watching the stream from. It doesn't take long just to type the nation of the city where you are. If you could hear me, just type one in the chat. That would be much appreciated. Again, I keep saying I know I don't have that many people watching the stream, but this is an interactive session. You're more than welcome to say something. Uh, what do we have at the moment then? We have Antonelli being splitting up the Ferraris. The local boy taking P1. Then we have Hamilton P3. Verstappen looking a solid position as a P4. Verstappen, the Red Bulls, at least Verstappen has been able to outperform the McLarens. The McLarens seems to be struggling um, lately. As I said, they have a nice car, but the decisions that they make messes up the entire race for both drivers. Um, yeah, so Norris in P5, Hulkenberg, surprising Hulkenberg in P6. Then we have Piastri P7, Hadjar, the Frenchman, P8. We have Pierre Gasly P9, Lawson, sorry, P10. Then P11 Bierman, P12 Perez, Russell 13, which is unusual. I didn't notice that until just now. Seems like I don't know. Possibly George Russell is struggling with the setup of his car. But yeah, unusual position to see um, one of the drivers with the most dominant car in Formula One, at least for this season. Yeah, then we P14 Albon, P15 Lindblad, Franco Colapinto, P16 Ocon, P17. P18 we have Fernando Alonso, followed by Bortoleto. P19, P20 we have Bottas, followed by Sainz, and last but not least we have Stroll in P22. Does anyone have any wild predictions who's gonna finish top of the leaderboard for this practice session? Anyone have a wild guess? Ferraris look pretty solid. I'm just looking at the Lewis Hamilton and new Hamilton. New helmet looks pretty sick. God, it's so scary to watch the inboard camera of the drivers going around this track. I mean, there's just every corner that they take, they come so close to the walls, and just like, how do you not hit the wall driving at that faster distance, a faster pace? It's mind blowing to watch these drivers going 200, 300 miles an hour around the possibly the narrowest circuit of the whole calendar. Verstappen complaining about the tires. The tires are just dead. He's losing. He's complaining about grip. Remind you, this is not a track that it's really hard on tires. I think tire management, I don't think, will be the main issue around this track. This track doesn't seem to degrade the tires as much as other tracks. What's the track temperature? 30 degrees. Pretty high, to be honest. But yeah, Monaco is not one of those tracks where tire degradation is the main factor, is the main issue that drivers need to be concerned with. Just going through some of my settings, trying to make sure the stream is um, on point with the sound and the settings. I'm just um, yeah, I've completely missed the virtual safety car. Had no idea what the issue was, but yeah. And we have another track deleted. Um, Car 41. Is that Lewis Hamilton? Yeah. So on another news, Charles Leclerc just signed a multi multi-year deal with Ferrari. I think this is a strategic move, coming at the right time since this is his local Grand Prix. This is just great news for him, not just to run in his local Grand Prix, but also another deal with the Ferrari, the team that actually promoted him into Formula One. So I think that was a great move by the Ferraris, and I think the local boy seems to be happy with the Ferrari team as well. So yeah, that's the latest new in Formula One, and everyone is talking about it. It doesn't mention the amount of years. Could have been 3 years, 5 years. We don't know. Um, but yeah, congratulations to you, Charles. Antonelli just went P1, um, with a fastest lap as well. George Russell moved up to P4. I'm missing a lot of the position changes at the moment because I'm focused on other things that I shouldn't be, to be honest. I'm trying to um do some of my YouTube settings because it seems like there's some issue with the sound. What other surprises do we have? Colapinto. Um, he's been having a great season so far. So currently sitting in P20. Um, Not ideal for Colapinto. What other nasty surprises do we have? Or good surprises, should I say? Not all surprises should be nasty. Um, Sergio Perez in P13. Um, Perez has been quite up there. Even in a practice, even for practice session, he's pretty high for the Cadillacs. Um, so yeah, Cadillacs are doing work. We have a double yellow on the track. We have a red flag. So we possibly have a virtual safety car deployed, or car 41 lap deleted, double yellow, sector 16. Trying to work out who crashed the car or what happened. Yeah, Lando Norris slide in the car. He just brushed the wall a couple times, miraculously avoided to hit the track or the walls. Yeah, and Hazik Hydra hit the wall. Okay, I'm trying to work out what happened. But yeah, and this was in turn 15, I believe. Yeah. How bad is the crash? Kind of pretty serious, to be honest. The right left wing came off, and there was some damage, pretty serious damage to the nose. Yeah, it looks pretty serious. So now I've never seen this before, but now it seems like they have a crane that will be able to pick up the car and lift the car off the track. It's not like we have a truck coming into the track race and get the car off the track. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I think this is something to do with the lack of grip. It seems like the rear um the back just completely lost grip, and the rear was just sliding a lot, and he couldn't even. Yeah, yeah, he lost grip. He lost a lot of grip turning into turn 14 and 15, I believe. Is it turn 15? I think, yeah. This is something to do with what what's his name? Max Verstappen was complaining earlier. Probably the other his teammates facing the same issues, lack of grip from the rear tires. Yeah, we should have the track, the session underway pretty soon. We have a yellow flag now, so let's see. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Um, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I have a lot of sound. I just don't understand why YouTube is telling me my settings are slightly off. Um, yeah, I've completely missed the virtual safety car. Had no idea what the issue was, but yeah. And we have another track deleted. Um, car 41. Is that Lewis Hamilton? Um, yeah. So we have the session resumed. Got a green flag. Um, Yeah,
Yeah, George Russell, he
so
seems
on
to be
another
getting closer
news,
and closer
Charles
to his
Leclerc just signed
teammates.
a
Now moved up
multi
to P3.
multi-year deal with Ferrari. I think this is a strategic move,
Mercedes looking pretty strong and
coming at
dominant
the
as
right time
always.
since this is his local Grand
But
Prix.
let's see who
This
dominates
is just
today's
great news
both
for him,
practice
not just
session.
to run in his local Grand Prix, but also another deal with the Ferrari, the team that actually promoted him into Formula One. So I think that was a great move by the Ferraris, and I think the local boy seems to be happy with the Ferrari team as well. So yeah, that's the latest new in Formula One, and everyone is talking about it. It doesn't mention the amount of years. Could have been 3 years, 5 years. We don't know. Um, but yeah, congratulations to you, Charles. Antonelli just went P1 um, with the fastest lap as well. George Russell moved up to P4. I'm missing a lot of the position changes at the moment because I'm focused on other things that I shouldn't be, to be honest. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
um, yeah.
um,
The session is on the way.
do some of
Um,
my YouTube settings because
Trucks
it
are
seems
just
like there's some issue with the sound.
getting out of the pit lane, and yeah, Isaac Hajar looks like a defeated man. He hasn't had a really great season so far. He crashed the car multiple
What
times.
other surprises do we have?
Um, yeah,
Colapinto.
and
Um,
yeah.
he's been having a great
Let's see
season
if the
so far.
engineers will be able to fix the
So
car.
currently sitting in
Um,
P20. Um,
for the
Not
afternoon
ideal for
practice session
Colapinto.
too.
What other nasty surprises do we have? Or good surprises, should I say? Not all surprises should be nasty. Um, Sergio Perez in P13. Um, Perez has been quite up there. Even in a practice, even for practice session, he's pretty high for the Cadillacs. Um, so yeah, Cadillacs are doing work. We have a double yellow on the track. We have a red flag. So we possibly have a virtual safety car deployed, or car 41 lap deleted. Double yellow. Sector 16. Trying to work out who crashed the car or what happened. Yeah, Lando Norris slide in the car. He just brushed the wall a couple times. Miraculously avoided to hit the track or the walls. Yeah, and Hazik Haja hit the wall. Okay, I'm trying to work out what happened. But yeah. And this was in turn 15, I believe. Yeah. How bad is the crash? Kind of pretty serious, to be honest. The right left wing came off, and there was some damage, pretty serious damage to the nose. Yeah, it looks pretty serious. So now I've never seen this before, but now it seems like they have a crane that will be able to pick up the car and lift the car off the track. It's not like we have a truck coming into the track race and get the car off
The
the track.
sound coming
It's
from
pretty
my
cool.
audio is so disturbing. I
Yeah,
find
I
like I can
think
hear
this is something
myself
to do
talking,
with
even when
the
I'm
lack
not
of
talking.
grip. It seems like the rear, um, the back just completely lost grip, and the rear was just sliding a lot, and you couldn't even.
I just realized Audi had a new livery for this circuit, and it just looks really ugly. So we have gray and yellow. I mean, Audi's livery is one of those things that you either hate it or love it, and the main one doesn't really look that nice.
and now they've changed the colors from red to yellow, and just it's a bit diabolical, and it's just mad, stupid, or ugly. Whatever term you want to use it, it's just there's nothing nice about it, honestly. Maybe they should Audi should hire me as I don't know, the illustrator or the design effects engineer for the livery of the car, because that is just no, that is not acceptable at all. Charles Leclerc taking P1 again. And the Ferraris, they look very strong. Ferraris look very strong. 0.2 of a second faster than his teammate, and almost half a second faster than Verstappen, sitting in P3. Um, what's Piastri doing? Piastri is on a fresh lap. Let's see if he improves. Currently sitting in P10, but very impressive from the both Ferraris. And also impressive from Verstappen as well, splitting up the two teams. Is Piastri on a new lap again, on a fresh new lap? Yeah, the times are not really coming through for Piastri's lap. Oh, now it just came from sector 2. It doesn't improve on sector 2. Let's see if he improves sector 3. But it doesn't seem like it's a fast lap from Piastri. So might get caught up with traffic with Sainz just in front of him. He might get a toll from Piastri from Sainz. And he does improve 2 places, moving to P8. We have a yellow flag, section 7 and section 13. Um, Leon Lawson seems like he damaged his front tire. He hit the wall. Not hit the wall as in crash. He brushed the wall. Oh, we have another red flag. So let's see. Let's see who caused the crash. I can't see who caused the crash. I'm still not able to see who caused the crash. The red flag to be raised. Maybe it was Bortoleto. Um, I think maybe it's just because no one crashed. It's just some debris on the track that needs to be cleared. I think that's the reason why there was a red flag being raised. Yeah, yeah. It seems like the some of the debris comes from the Aston Martin front wing. They must have hit the wall at some point somewhere. Hence, we have a red flag. Let's have a look. Fernando Alonso, yeah, he hit the wall. Yeah, hit the wall. I don't know what turn is this. Yeah, pretty serious damage to his front wing. Um, I can see why the red flag was raised. Yeah, there's a lot of debris on the floor. Charles Leclerc having a massive lock up, going into the safe zone, and then having to reverse back to go back into the track. And there you have it, gents, ladies and gents. That's the end of the session, and we have the Ferraris lock in the front row. Charles Leclerc P1, the local boy. I think the crowd should be super happy with that, even though it's only FP1. Nonetheless, domination is domination. Ferrari lock in the front row. Verstappen P3. Then we have Antonelli and Russell in P4, P5. Then Norris P6, P7 we have a surprising Hulkenberg. P8 we have Piastri, Bortoleto. P9 Audi's doing pretty well. Pierre Gasly, P10 Albon. P11, P12 we have Sainz, Hasek Hajar having to retire after a crash against the wall. P13 Paris. P14 another surprise by the Mexican driver. Cadillac team. Then Colapinto P15. Then we have the Haas drivers, P16 Oliver Behrman and P17 Ocon, followed by P18 Lindblad, Leon Lawson, and P19 P20 Alonso, P21 Bottas, and last but not least we have Lance Stroll and P22. And that is the end of the session, gents. I'll be ending the sessions pretty soon. I'll be back at 4 o'clock for more. If you want to follow for more, please let us know. And I'll see you at 4 o'clock. Take care.